today is the celebration of our mud projects called The Place Where We Stand, which is a celebration of the work that we have been doing here, which was inspired by the discovery of a Baptist burial site when we were laying the foundations for our new school building. So the children have been working with artists, musicians, historians, scientists, archaeologists, doing workshops all over the school, and today is a celebration and a chance to show off that work to our parents.
So at the beginning, parents were arriving in this hall where the Year 6 children are waiting for them. And it's obviously, as you can see, full of interesting pictures about the history of Cambridge. And they will perform 3 songs specially written based on the research they've done about Cambridge.
Please follow us.
And from there, then the parents leave the hall and go up to the first floor, where they come across the first events. It was based on the workshop about how to be a detective, how to discover objects underground and interpret them. Following that, they go further up to the next floor where the workshop Archaeology was Rubbish was held. So children are wearing their rubbish on themselves.
It belongs to you, give it back to them maybe. And then what have you got here?
Rot or not, rot or not. Rot or not, rot or not.
And then after that, they go all the way up where they're welcomed by all the students standing outside in the corridor singing My Favorite Things, but they're referring to the objects that they brought themselves.
Basically, this watch I just found in my bedroom. I can't remember the whole story. I think it was I found it in my garden or something like that.
Oh really?
I think so anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, please follow us.
Finally, they go all the way down to the playground where they see a procession of children actually bearing their objects as in a time capsule in the school, accompanied by a chorus of children singing Them Bones. Then they come all the way back to this hall again where they write their story as to how they came to be in Cambridge.
There's a big movement in education to have a sort of an integrated learning. So for something like this, when we were looking at bones that had been found in the playground, there were so many angles at which you could come to it, and in fact which have been taken up by the teachers.
I think as a way of working, I think other schools could be really, really interested. Key to it was the fact that before the workshops happened, the practitioners had time to sit down with our teachers, look at our existing curriculum, think about what the children would normally be learning in their history lessons or science lessons, and build from those learning objectives. So we're enhancing our curriculum and enhancing the skills and knowledge of our teachers. So I think it's been a really fascinating way of working.
I think it's really important to realize that basically interdisciplinary practice, people working together, stepping outside their comfort zones, can really contribute to the future of education in this country.
Well, usually we're not handling bones, we're not digging. We're usually working in our books. Talking to the parents helped me learn what I was actually doing rather than following the instructions.
The best part of the workshop and today's event was probably seeing the old school bell, because that was in St Matthew's history and it's also very old, so it was really nice.
I think that kids in other schools would like doing this because we definitely had a lot of fun doing it.
Well, having Tony as the head's been fantastic, because he understands the benefit of creative education for kids.
I think learning is fun. It's got to be exciting and dynamic and real, and I think this project has given them the opportunity for children to have real hands-on experiences.
I really enjoyed talking to the Year 3 classes about their rubbish, because they really just loved being covered in rubbish, I think, and talking about rubbish and being a bit kind of filthy and dirty, so that was quite fun, and they were all very engaged.
It involves them being creative, it involves them working maybe across year groups with other groups of children they wouldn't necessarily work with, talking about the past, their identity. This is absolutely what education should be about as far as I'm concerned.
In order for 30Bred to be able to work with schools nationally, we need funding support, of course, both locally, nationally, and then hopefully internationally as well. Because again, this is an idea that can travel.
We're doing it with another school in London, and we're going to be looking at some London bones, and we're going to be investigating those bones. We'll end up with different stories. They might be Roman bones, they might be Saxon bones, who knows? But that's the beauty of it. You start from one place and you can end up here, you can end up there.